Om Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraham Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityor Ma Amritam Gamaya Om Shanti 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 Sahanao Avatu Sahanao Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinao Adhitam Astu Ma Vidvishavahai Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Tayo. Aha! So we have a fun story today. Adya Asmakam Ativa Sundara Kata Bhavishyati. So Avadhanam Kuruta Sarve Kapotasya Atiti Satkaraha. So everybody, we were talking about this word Satka. A Kapotasya. A kapota, you know kapota? A pigeon. And what is the atiti? A guest. Everybody knows that word, I'm sure. And satkaraha. So satkaraha is the, you know the word satkara? Who knows the word satkaraha? This is
hospitality.
That's right. Okay, let's start reading. So Vinod Biyani, since you're first on the draw here, okay. Why don't you start reading here?
Okay. Kaschana Vyadihi Asit. There was a hunter. There was some hunter.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. You want me to keep going?
Yes, keep going. Do the whole paragraph. They're all short.
Oh. Saha ativaha dushtaha nishkunaha cha. Okay. He was very wicked and cruel.
Yes, ativa shouldn't have a visarga there, by the way.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the visarga is not correct. Keep going.
Okay. Ekada saha vanam gatavan. One day he went to the forest. Tatra jalam prasaritavan. He spread out a net there.
Yeah.
Is that right?
That's okay. Right.
Ada.
Sorry, what did he do?
Prasaritavan, prasaranam, it means to spread. So jalam, yeah. I guess that the way that they would do it is they would, well, I mean, I'm not sure how I think they he would put the net on the ground and then sprinkle seeds or some other attractive food stuff over the net. And then when the birds came, then he would pull up the net and catch them in it.
I see.
Okay. Keep going.
Jala means the net, right? So that you have the internet. They sometimes call the internet the Vishwa Jalam or Antar Jalam, the Antar Jalam, Antar Jalam. net. So it's a bit the internet, but internet is really antar. Anyway, go ahead. Antarjalam is what they call the internet sometimes.
Okay.
But then go.
Okay. Eka kapota jale patita. So one female pigeon fell into the net.
Good.
And then Tom kapotang pangjare stati sta payitva vyada agre gatavan. So here we go. That bird, the hunter placed that bird in a cage and then left.
Yeah, you know, these are agre. He went ahead, or agre. He went forward. I think this
Yeah.
would be okay.
Can you explain? They use this construction in these sentences all the time, where they use the, kritavan,
Yeah.
gatavan.
Okay, so we could, yeah, well, one day.
Can you explain that again, please? Why?
That's just, well, it's a perfect participle. And the
Yeah.
reason he's using it is because it's easy to use, right? You just put the, like you use the past, it's a perfect participle. So if you know the past participle, the perfect participle is easy to form. And, ones like gata is gone. So, the past, it's the past participle. And then you add van to it, you add the matup suffixes. So gatavan, or feminine would be gatavati, like that. Prasaritavan. So, you could even have said here, he says patita in the second last sentence there, eka kapota jale patita. One pigeoness, the pigeoness fell into the cage. When you say patitavan, you could also have said patitavan. In most of these cases, you can just the past participle and the past. You can use the past participle in a finite verb type of way. Also, this is limited usage. This is like I've been saying. This is in the modern spoken Sanskrit. This is being used because of its simplicity. But in older Sanskrit, it would be used. It would be used occasionally. But used mostly, you would use the proper verb forms like lung here. So vanam agachat or vanam jagama using lat. And so you do that. There's kashchana vyadaha asit. And that's another one. So there's many characteristics of this that I would say are useful for getting yourself into a spoken Sanskrit mood. Kashchana vyadaha, ekaha vyadaha, I was probably eko vyadaha asit, ekaha vyadaha asit, sa ativa dushta nishkarunahacha, that's good. Ekada savanam agachat, or savanam jagama, or gatavan is also all good. Tatra jalam prasaritavan, eka kapota jale patita. Tam kapotam panjali stapitva vyadaha agre gatavan. That's all okay, good. Any problems?
The word agre in the dictionary means before, as if you would say, before he left, he put the bird in a cage.
No. That's misleading.
Okay.
Agre means what's in front of you, right? So,
Yeah.
So age jao in Hindi or in Bengali, you say age jao, go ahead. So it means he went ahead. He went forward. So age is what's in front of you. Piche is what's behind. Right, so and agre, so purve would be before in terms of time. Purvam can mean what's in front of you, and it means what happened before, right? So this is the thing. This is a little bit confusing. Purvam, you've heard the word purvam, right? Purvam also means in front, but if you're talking about time, purvam means what happened before. But agre means what's going to happen in the future. Even though both of them could be translated as in front or before. So it's in front. Okay, he went ahead. That's what it means. So you have it, you have several words like that. Agre sarati. You see this is agre saramaha. You'll see this expression sometimes. Let's continue forward, right? Agre saramaha. Let's move forward. Agre saraha. Let's also see that. Okay. Yes? Are you
Yes,
confused?
that's great. Thank you.
All right, Samantika, go. Next one.
Тогда акасмат махати вриштихи арамбха. О, арамбха.
Arabdha.
Arabdha. Mhm. So then
We did the word akasmat before. You don't recognize akasmat? Kasmat, kasmat is a question, right? But this is not kasmat. So sometimes these question words, they like the other day someone was asking about akinchana in the other, I think in the other class, right? So in akinchana, so we were talking about the word kinchana, kinchit, kinchana, like that. So akinchana, that meant a person who has nothing. But akasmat, so kasmat means having a cause, it's from a cause. What is the cause? And akasmat is without a cause. So the word is meaning suddenly. You used adverbially here. It means suddenly.
So not like from nowhere.
Yeah, you could look at it like that, from nowhere. Yeah, that's also, you could say that too. Yeah, that's good.
Okay.
Out of
So
the blue.
Mahati, yes. So Mahati is something big for sure.
Yes. So
feminine.
Yeah.
Vrishtihi. I'm not sure what
Anybody?
is that.
Storm, a big storm, a big rain shower.
Yeah, rain. Vrishti is rain. Varsha, you have the word varsha also. Varshati is the verb. So varsha means a year, because they would count this, just like sometimes, you hear people saying, many winters ago or something like that. But in India, it's the rainy season that really marks the annual calendar, right? So every year the rains come. So this is so a year is Varsha, and the season is also called Varsha, the rain season. So Vrishti is actually a rainfall. So great rainfall.
Began.
Yeah. Arabda, yes. The Arabda is the past participle from Arab. So Arabhate is the present singular. So the present tense will be Tada akasmat mahati vrishti arabate, or arabata would be the lung. Okay.
It is Atmanepada, right?
Well, Arabda is a past participle. Arabate would definitely be Atmanepada, yes.
Okay. So shall I proceed?
Arabaswa.
Mahata vegena vayuhu vatisma api. Vegena, I don't know, that's for sure.
Oh, we've been having, see, this is Samantika. This is where you're never having been in Hare Krishna is failing you. Because all the
Sorry for that.
Hare Krishna devotees all know from the Upadeshamritas is Bacho Vegam, Manasa Krodha Vegam, Jihva Vegam, Mudaro Pasta Vegam, Etan Veganyo Vishaheta Dhira, Sarvamapi Mam Pritiving Sashishya. So we have these 6 Vegas, or these forces, or these, so a Vega means something, a force. Right, so you can say
okay,
so Mahata, force, with great force.
Like, so this treaty, so by great force.
That's right. Or with great force, you could say like very. So we remember using Tritiya Vibhakti in a kind of instrumental, in an adverbial sense. So you can use it here, very forcefully would be, or with like that, or
Mhm.
very strong, anyway, something like
And what?
with
Ah,
great
I see.
force.
So, okay. So, wind also blew with great force.
That's right. So Vati, there's a famous verse of Vataha Vati. So Vataha is also a word for wind. Vataha. So you have Vata, what's in Ayurveda?
Yes, one of the
Vataha.
doshas.
Yes. Keep going.
Mhm. Bhitaha,
Bhitaha.
Vyadhaha. Yes,
Go ahead.
Bhitaha, Vyadhaha, Ashrayam, Anvishyam, Kasyachit. Kasyachit. Maha Vrikshasya, Adhaha, Agatavan. Mhm.
Bit longer one now.
Mhm.
Okay, so here, just the way that when we see a long sentence like this, what you have to do is you have to look for any participles or gerunds that are going to break up the sentence, right? So here you have the sentence, you have anvishyan, so that's a present participle. And then agatavan is the finite verb. So you have two clauses here. So the first thing he's saying, bhitaha, vyadaha, asrayam anvishyan, comma, kasyatit mahavrikshasya adaha agatavan. So there's two parts to it.
So out of fear, Bhitaha, Vyadhaha, what is Vyadhaha?
We just had, this is the hunter.
Oh, I forgot. Okay. So the hunter out of fear, and Vishyam, like looked for a refuge.
That's right.
So having looked for a refuge.
Well, it's present participle, looking for a refuge. I mean,
okay.
you can be, when you translate, you can be a little bit, flexible, but here, strictly speaking,
Yeah, here it's really possible to be like, okay.
I have a quick question. The Anvishian comes from which dhatu?
It's anu ish. So ish means ish is ichati, right? If it was in the present tense, it would be anvichati. And then you have the cause of anveshanam, you have the anveshanam. So anveshanam, this is still being used in modern languages, searching for something. So anvichati, so desire, following desire, something like that.
Okay. I was looking at it, I don't know how, but like.
Yeah, he's looking, ichati, he wants to find a refuge, but he's anvichati, he's looking for it. You can see the connection, right? You can see the connection between desire and looking for something.
Yeah, I can see, but like at the first glance at this verb, at this word, I somehow or other thought maybe from to enter or something, I don't know.
Well, actually, you're right to be confused. I mean, it's not incorrect because the present tense would be ichati. So strictly speaking, it would be anvichyan, right? The cha, the cha and cha, ichati is the present tense, ichati. But here in the present participle, it does not, it's dropped the cha, and using anvishyan. So yeah, it's a little bit of it. It's a somewhat irregular, let's say.
So looking out of fear for a refuge, a hunter went under some great tree.
Yeah, under a big tree. Adaha.
Is Adaha under?
Yeah, so adaha is being used as a post participle here. Like upari, you have upari and you have adaha. So that's an important word, adaha. You have to know this word, adaha, below. So adastana. And so there's many words that are derived with this and compounded with this. Keep going.
So it's like Nietzsche, but Nietzsche is only in Hindi, right?
Well, Nietzsche does come from Sanskrit also, but and you can use it also. Mahavrikshasya Nietzsche, that would be Saptami Vibhakti, yeah. So he came, you could use it, yeah, it's no problem with that. But adaha is used, I guess, more frequently than Nietzsche, I think, in Sanskrit.
Okay. Saha uktavan bho atrayaha vasam karoti tam aham sharanam gataha asmi saha mam rakshatu iti. So he said, oh, here, so it's yatat should be right. So yaha and then tam.
Yeah.
The tam is like okay.
All right, so tam is the importance. If we're doing it in English, then we go to the tam first. So aham sharanam tam, aham sharanam gataha, right? Buddham sharanam gacchami. It's the same thing. Buddham sharanam gacchami.
Yes.
Tam sharanam gacchami. Aham tam sharanam gacchami. So I take shelter, or I have taken shelter of him who
resides here.
That's right. And then continue.
He would how to say it in English? Would protect me.
That's right. May he protect me, or you know, please protect me. You know, if it was polite, you know, may he protect me, because it's going with the yaha still. Okay, next one, Raja.
Okay.
Tasmin vrikshe kashchan kapotaha vasam karoti sma. Saha eva vyagrena grihi.
Vyadhena.
Sorry. Oh,
Okay, I
vyadhena.
mean, of course, if it was a tiger, that would be okay. Also, probably would fit the story. But
Saha eva vyagrena grihitayaha kapotayaha patihi asit. So under vriksha, in this tree, one kapotaha, which is pigeon, vasam karoti sma, lived basically.
yeah.
Saha eva vyaghena grihitayaha. Saha, he also, Saha eva.
Yeah, yes, you know, this eva is quite often difficult to translate. You say just like, just forget the eva for the first go, and then later on we'll figure out what to do with the eva, okay?
Okay. So, patihi, kapotayaha, grihitayaha. So that yaha here ending.
Okay, hang on a second. Let's just sit here. Saha patihi asit. Okay, he was the husband.
Yes.
Okay, now whose husband was he? Kapotayaha. So that's akaran.
So that's gonna be the saptami of the kapotaya.
Not saptami.
Shashti.
That's right.
Okay, so he was the husband of the grihitayaha, of the kind of housewife.
Hang on a second. This is your noun. right? So he was the husband of the pigeoness.
Oh yeah, okay, of the
Female pigeon.
pigeoness.
Well, the pigeon, I'm making up the word, is of the female pigeon, right? And then what was it? Grihitaya, that's an adjective going with kapotaya, and it's a past participle. So it's the pigeon who had been taken
Okay,
by the hunter.
yeah,
Okay.
that's it. Okay, yeah,
Sentence thinking backwards in Sanskrit. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's the kapotaya, kasyaha kapotayaha.
Grihitya.
Vyadena grihita tasyaha kapotayaha pati. Okay,
Okay, captured by the hunter.
that's
Okay.
right. Sarvasha Malati, do the next one.
Where are we? Can you just point the where we are?
Here we are.
Kapotaha vyadhasya pangjare stitam patnim drishtavan. So the pigeon saw the wife, which was in the net of the hunter.
Not panjare, it's a,
Oh, that cage.
yeah, in a cage. What's that? All
Which
right,
was-
good. Keep going.
Tada sakapota patim uktavati. So then the wife told her husband,
Yeah.
Bho kanta, idanim eshaha vyadaha shitartaha kshudarta cha sma asmakam griham agatavan asmi asti. Oh, Kanta, beloved?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Kanta. So this is a problem here because Kanta, beloved is good.
Now.
Is it Kanta is the past participle of Kama, right? So it's coming from
Yeah.
Kamayati. So this is the one who is desired or who is loved, right? So this word Kama means.
So there's. Could you go with your cursor on the lines which you're reading?
Okay.
Because there was just a request in the. Yeah, there was just a request in the chat. So now this hunter is suffering from cold and from hunger.
Yeah.
And he has come to our home.
That's good. Excellent. Any questions? Okay, keep going.
Etasya saskaraha bhavata karaniyaha. Satkarya bhavata karaniya. So show him your hospitality, something like that.
Okay, hospitality is good. So etasya, you take should be done. So karaniya should be done. So it's this is typical expression. The hospitality by you should be done.
Vyadaha mam bhadavan iti bhavan ma chintayatu. Do not think that the hunter has caught me or has bound me up or something.
The has captured me, yeah.
Etasya satkaram karuto iti. So be hospitable to him.
Okay, excellent. Anybody have any questions on this one? No questions?
The Satkaram hospitality, Satkaram, can you break this down?
The word satkara?
Yeah, or is it a compound or is it actually just a?
Well, it is a compound, satkaram, so doing good, to the doing of good would be to make good, but it's come to mean it's come to mean very specifically.
Okay.
Do I have a dictionary open here? Yeah, let's see if I have a dictionary. Here we go. Is that coming on the screen?
No.
So here, satkara, kind treatment, honor, favor, reverence, hospitable treatment. Here, this is the hospitality. That's what we're looking for. Oh, look, it also means feasting. Care, attention, consideration, regard for a thing. All these, that's in the Yoga Sutra specific. Yeah, that's a Yoga Sutra special meaning that's given there in the yoga. But it's just, to consider or regard something. Yeah, Satkaram, I remember that sutra now. Anyway, I've forgotten that sutra has a specialized meaning there. Okay, let's go back. Yes, that was the complete of the paragraph. Who's next? Anybody missing yet? I think we don't have Sarva Shakti. You're still learning to read. Okay, Vinodvani, you're next again. Patnyaha.
Okay.
Oh, by the way, if we get a chance, I don't want to push you on with the original version, but I did go back and check the original version of the Panchatantra, and this is a very interesting section here, and he's cut it all out. But he cut out all the stuff that's there in this part, all about husbands and wives, and how the husband is sitting in the tree, and he's missing his wife, and he's lamenting, and he's glorifying his wife. What a great, what a perfect wife she was, and she is down in the cage below, and she hears him, and she's all very pleased to hear that. And so, but then she tells him that's when she gives him this instruction to take care of the Vyada. Okay, continue there, Vinodvani.
Okay. Patnyaha vachanam kapotaha angikritavan. So let's see. The pigeon accepted the words of his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saha angarakam aniyam shushkaihi parnaihi agnim dvalitavan.
Boy,
So
pretty clever pigeon.
He having brought charcoal or embers, I guess from somewhere.
Embers, yeah. I don't know where he got the embers in the middle of the rain.
He caused a fire to blaze using dry leaves, something like that.
Yeah, with dry leaves, he lit a fire.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can you please tell what is what here? Where are leaves, etc.?
Parna is a leaf. So the parna is the parna. You can say parna or you can say patra. So I guess that in some Indian languages, parna is being used more than patra, because patra has many other meanings, but parna doesn't really have any other meaning. And shushkaik is dry. So with dry leaves, agnihi, jwalitavan. So jwalitavan is causative, right? Making, lit up. So lighting, so lit. He lit a fire. Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, go on.
Okay. Vyadham uktavan. He said to the hunter, Bo Vyadha, bow hunter, etena agnina bhavan swasya sita badham duri korotu. So he said, O hunter, by this fire, cast off the suffering from cold, cast off your suffering from the cold.
Okay, very good. So nice to see you preparing this. Okay, that's good. So duri karotu here, this is a chvi samas. This is a chvi verb, right? We've seen this angi kritaman here, angi kritaman, duri karotu. like that. So duri, dura means far, and then the duri when you're combining with kri dhatu. So make it go far away. And shita badham, badha is also interesting here. What did you say again for badha? You said the suffering, right?
Suffering from the cold, yeah.
Yeah, so badha is usually considered to be an obstacle. But in this particular case, it would make it, it would be a little. Badha is not here. Boy, I sometimes get so surprised when they're not here. Badha. Anyway, badha probably also injury, detriment, hurt, damage. But the original meaning here is annoyance, obstacle. This is usually, this is where you see, because band is connected obviously with this obstacle, the idea of stopping something. But anyway, distress, pain, trouble, all good. Did we finish it? Keep going now, or let me just. All right. Yeah,
I finished the
Oh,
paragraph.
you finished it, paragraph. Okay, next one. So Samantika is next, I believe.
Anantaram kapotaha chintitavan eshaha vyadaha mama atithihi asti. Now the pigeon thought, this hunter like got my hospitality.
What?
Got my hospitality.
No. He is my guest. Right?
It is guest, not hospitality. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Atitya, if you want to make it hospitality, you lengthen this vowel here. And you add ya. So atityam, and it's neuter. So atityam means hospitality.
Okay. So this hunter is my guest. Eshaha idanim bubhukshitaha asti. Now he is hungry.
Yeah. This is an interesting bubukshita. You know, like if you had, normally you would say bubukshu, right? This is bubuksha, bubukshati. That's the desiderative. He wants to eat. Right? So bubukshitaha, but bubukshitaha, this past participle form is used to mean hungry.
So this is past participle.
Oh yeah, it's past participle from the desiderative bubukshati.
Okay. Etasmei datum kopi adaraha atra aharaha atra nasti. What is datum?
Datum is the infinitive from da.
Oh, okay.
Well, you know da?
I know.
To give.
Yes, I know.
Okay, sorry.
Maybe I forgot, but ahara, it's food, huh?
Yeah, that's
ahara.
right.
Okay. So here there is no any food to give to him.
That's great.
Kim karomi iti. What to do?
What should I do? Yes. So here it's using just the present tense. So if it was the you know kim kuryam or kim kim kuryam ling, kim karishyami future, or in the in imperative was this kim karavani, Kim Karavani. That would be the imperative. Kim Karavani. That's you more often you would see it more properly. I'm assuming that here, for the simplification of the Sanskrit, he hasn't used the imperative, but it would Karavani. Okay, that's good. Anybody have any questions? Braja?
Evam chintayitva saha vyagham uktavan. So thinking that, he said to the hunter, Bho, utithi mahashaya. Oh, great guest.
Mahashaya is just like a polite way of sir. Like you say, if you translate it as sir, nowadays Indians are always calling the people sir. It's quite interesting, but the original, it's a translation from Mahashaya. I suppose Mahashaya has 4 syllables and sir has 1. So this is a simplification. But anyway, Atiti Mahashaya, sir guest, or whatever, respected guest. It means Ashaya. What is Ashaya? Ashaya means heart or spirit, right? So you see, like you'll see this coming up. It comes up quite a bit. I was just looking at a verse from the Bhagavatam that had the word Ashaya in it. That it was about the queens.
Would queens. It be a synonym for Mahodaya?
Yes, that kind of thing. Yeah, Mahodaya, Udaya. Yeah, it's not. It's a practical synonym. No, it's not a literal synonym. It's a practically speaking, it's a synonym. You could say Atiti Mahodaya would be just perfectly exactly the same thing. Okay, go
what's on. Udaya? If Mahodaya, Udaya, what is Udaya?
Yeah, well, that's Udaya means like Udaya is rising, like the rising of the sun. So it means that Mahan Udaya, that it's a great rising. Udaya there means like the rising of good fortune, that kind of thing. So Mahodaya is a person who has great good fortune. Let's see if that's in the if he has that. If he puts that in, we'll see. Oh, there it is. So Mahoy preeminent. So yeah, here, see the great fortune or prosperity. So one who confers great fortune or prosperity, very precious. Yeah, and then here, Lord Master, like that kind of thing. Well, a lot of stuff in there. Let's just while we're here, we might as well look up Mahashaya also. Mahashaya is great heart, the great, having a noble disposition, high-minded, magnanimous, noble, liberal, like that. A respectable person, a gentleman, like that. Here, sir. Right. So I guess they started doing that even in Monier Williams' time. All right, go on.
Okay. Bho atithi mahashaya bhavan ekam kshamam tishthatu. Bhavan, so kindly you stand here for a minute.
Yeah, so here tishtatu. So yeah, so tishtati
means wait.
Yeah, wait. This is the wish. Tishtatu here means wait.
Okay. Idanim bhavate aharam siddham kritva dadami iti. So now, food siddham kritva. So having prepared food or have food ready for you, I will give you, or dadami.
Yeah.
I will give.
So that's interesting use of the word siddha here, right?
Yeah.
So siddha.
Getting ready.
Ready is, yes, very good. That ready is a good translation here. Okay, go on.
Anantaram kapotaha svayam agnim pravishtavan. After that, the am I reading it right? Does it mean that the kapotaha pigeon entered the fire.
That's right. He himself entered the fire.
Himself entered the fire.
Yeah. So here we go. This is the great
Ultimate sacrifice.
self-sacrifice. This is the sacrifice for the, look at this. What, this is the the Indian version of the Good Samaritan, right? Takes the Good Samaritans to the extreme. And he was ready to, it's like there's also the story of King Nimi. You all know the story of King Nimi in the Bhagavatam, that that's also involving a pigeon, I believe, who was running away from a falcon, where he gave his own flesh to save the pigeon. Okay, there's the hunter looking very sad. Look at there's the pigeon going into the fire. Aha. Okay, continue. This is part
I'll
of
just finish. It's the last sentence. Mama hamsam vyagha khadatu iti tasya ashaya asit. Okay, so my flesh, I guess, my flesh, you eat my flesh.
Well, that may the hunter eat my flesh. Huh?
Yes. Iti tasya ashaya asit.
So there you see this word ashaya. We just had mahashaya. So the author of this book, thinking of his students here, is telling us what ashaya means. It was his intention, right?
Intention.
Yeah, so ashaya was the original meaning. Was it here? So we have it there. Yeah, it says a receptacle, right? So the word ashaya is the receptacle, something in which you keep things. So like it's a patra. So but it means, so ashaya. So let's just look at ashaya. So ashaya was a resting place. Then you have an asylum, abode, or retreat, a receptacle, a recipient, any vessel. So keep going here, and then it keeps going on to here. Now we get down to the seat of feelings and thoughts, the mind, heart, soul.
Mm-hmm.
And then that goes on further on, and then it goes to the thought, meaning, intention here.
Yeah. So basically, iti tasya ashayaha asi, that was his intention.
That's right. Okay, Malati.
Kapotasya tyagam drishtavatah vyadasya laja jata. Seeing the sacrifice of the pigeon, the hunter felt ashamed, or his shame arose.
Yeah, no, your translation is good. I mean, that's the thing. You see, with Sanskrit, you got the every language, when you translate from one language to another, there's always the difficulty of literal translation and the translation of the. So here in this particular case, you have a literal translation is a bit difficult. He became ashamed is very good. So Drishtavataha, everybody recognizes that. This is the same participle. It's the perfect participle. Drishtavan, he saw, but now putting in the Shashti Vibhakti, it's Drishtavataha. So Kapotasya Tyagam Drishtavatas, having the shame was born of the hunter who had seen the sacrifice or the renunciation of the kapota. Go on.
Saha karunya kapotam panjarataha banda vimuktam kritaman. Full of with the compassion of by compassion, he liberated the female pigeon from the cage.
Good. Yeah, so everybody gets that. The panjarataha. So it's the tas suffix there, the ablative case, from the cage. and Bandha Vimuktam. So Vimuktam, liberated from the bondage or from captivity from the cage. So Bandha Vimuktam, so you just say that you don't need to translate all that, but what Malachi said was perfectly good. Okay, go ahead.
Tada pati vidaha api dita kapota api agnim pravishtati.
Pravishtabati.
Pravishtavati. Then troubled from the separation of her husband, the pigeon also entered the fire.
Yeah, excellent. Okay, no, so this is a 3-word compound here. So this is a very, so this is an easy compound. Yeah. You better turn off your mic while I'm speaking there, Malachi, because I hear the echo. So pati viraha pidita. So this is pidita, means suffering, past participle. Pidayati, to cause suffering. So pidita. Viraha pidita, she was suffering from the separation of her husband. So she also entered the fire. All right. Who's next here? I think we're back to Vinod Bani.
Okay. Eta drishtatavat. No, dristavataha vyadasya manasa parivartanam jatam. So having witnessed all this, the mind of the hunter, I don't know, that means born, but his mind turned around. Is that what it
Yeah,
means?
so the parivartanam just means changed. Right, so it
Okay.
does mean, the original meaning is to turn around, but you know, very simply stated, it means change. So he had a change of mind, a change of heart.
Okay.
It's more than that. I mean, he had a complete change. You know, it's like
Yeah.
he became, he was converted.
Okay. Etad drishaha pakshinaha api dharma chardanam kurvanti. So he's saying even these pigeons acted dharmically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that all right? Aham tu anyesham prananam aparharanam kurvan adharmena jivami. Okay, so he says, but I so he says, but I, having stolen away the life of other, I don't know, of others,
Other
having
creatures,
stolen of other
pranina.
creatures, I live sinfully.
Yeah, by sin. Yeah, that's good. Yeah,
Okay.
this is a good translation. I mean, you're getting the spirit of translation. I'm glad to see that. Malati also, and you know, that you know, not being too tied down by the Sanskrit. You've got to tie yourself down in the first go, but then after that, you have to make it like sound like English, right? All right, keep going.
Okay. Etat anu chintam iti chintayitva saha vyadha api agnim pravishya pranarpanam kritavan. So he's thinking, well, he says, this is improper. Thinking that this is improper, he, the hunter, also offered his life into the fire.
Oh, he entered the fire and gave up his life. And here,
Okay.
this is offering the life. He means gave up his life is really what you're saying.
Okay.
You might as well read the last sentence there also.
Anantarante traya api swargam gatavantaha. So immediately
No,
those
just,
three,
yeah, after
yeah,
that.
suddenly afterwards, those three also went to heaven.
Yeah. So Treyaha api here, you see the api is, you know, a little bit, you have to be flexible with api, because Treyaha api, those three also, it doesn't make sense like that, but it's just, you know, you know, I think the api here, even though it comes after the word Treyaha, it's, where does it go? Gatavantaha api, I guess, you know, they also went to heaven. All three of them went to heaven. It's not the api here. Anyway, Treyaha is plural, right? So Treyaha looks like a singular, but it's the singular would be, you know, that you can't have a singular really of three, but the word tri, right? Tri is the compounded word. Like if you have Trivarga, tri, like that, tri. So the plural of tri would be Treyaha, like Hari, Haraya. Okay, that was good.
Can you explain how we got that word anuchintam? How
Where?
that become anuchintam? Yeah.
Okay, uchitam.
How it gets to mean improper or whatever.
Yeah, so the word is uchitam, uchita. So we've been seeing this word a bit. I think where are we seeing? Yeah, we've been looking in the Bhagavad Gita course. We had the you know, that we're talking about. Arjuna is saying that is killing the Kauravas. Is it uchita or not uchita? So anuchitam is the same as not uchitam, not proper. Uchitam or necessary. You can also say uchitam. So it can be also necessary. Etad anuchitam. But here, when you say anuchitam, it means like improper, really, more than necessary.
So the prefix on is negates.
That's right. Negation. Yeah, because
so it's not like anu. Anu means to follow. It doesn't.
Oh
mean
yeah,
that.
well that's right. So there you go. So that can be a confusion, admittedly, but the word is uchitam, and then un is negating uchitam. Anybody else? Okay, I just want to show you a little bit from the I thought that was pretty easy anyway. Everybody's going through it quite smoothly. This is interesting this is I have the screen. Did I change the screen? Let me just there we go. So this is the kapota lubdaka. So lubdaka is another word for hunter. Right, lubda, you see lubda means greedy. So lubdaka is you know, this is a word that's used for this. But I mean, obviously can't read it. This is different from most of them because it's all written in verse. And he has it, so I mean, obviously it's a little bit more difficult. It's the same basic story, but written in more difficult language. But I just say that when he came to the tree, right? And this is where the most famous verse here from this is let me just go through here from Vata Varsho Mahana Sit, Vata Varsho Mahana, wind and rain, great there was. Nacha agachati me priya. So this is the kapota in the tree. Nacha agachati me priya. My wife, my beloved, is not coming. There has been a great wind and rain, but my wife is not coming. So where is she, right? Taya virahitam yetat shunyam adya grihang mama. So taya, by her, virahitam, abandoned or without, etat, this, shunyam, empty, today, my house. My house today is empty in her absence. And then this is there's some famous verses here. Pativrata, patiprana, patyuh priya hite rata. So pativrata, everybody knows this one, right? Devoted to her wife, to her husband. Patiprana, given her life to her husband. Patyuhu, this is a Shashti Vibhakti of pati. So priya hite rata, she is always engaged in the benevolent actions, priya hite, and dear and benevolent actions for her husband. Patyuh priya hite rata. Yasya sad idrishi bharya dhanyaksa purusho bhavi. one whose wife is like this, idrishi, like this, bharya, wife. Yasya syat idrishi bharya, a man whose wife is like this. Dhanya sa purusho bhuvi, fortunate is that man in the world. You know, nagriham, this is the famous verse. This is the verse that is everywhere quoted. You hear this one a lot. Nagriham grihamityahur, a house is not a home, right? The home is not a home. Nagriham grihamityahur, grihini grihamuchyate. The wife, the grihini, is the house or the home. The home is the wife. Griham tu grihini hinam, the house that is without a grihini. Aranya sadrishang matam, is just like the forest. It's not. So this is your very the lament of a husband who has lost his wife, or griham grihamityahur grihani grihamuchyate griham tu grihini hinam aranya sadrishang matam. Okay, well, that's all the time we have for today.
That's beautiful. So rata is from Ram, right?
Yes, but it means, yeah, so ramate, it means to enjoy, and usually we use it that way, but you have this idea of being engaged. So the past participle is usually used to mean engaged. It's kind of interesting that the past participle meaning here, because you do have other words like viram, viramate. So viramate with V prefix, viramate means to stop. So viramate has nothing to do with enjoying. I mean, it just means to stop. It's like virama. You have this line here at the end of the verse that's often called virama, meaning to stop. So like a period. A period is called virama.
But the same root?
Yes, yes, yes.
But it's really strange how it came about.
Yeah, I can't explain. I mean, these kinds of things require detailed research into the old language and see. But that's why Monier Williams is so good. You know, I mean, Monier Williams. This is, Monier Williams was basing his work on already, a lot of dictionaries that had been done previous to him. I mean, Monier Williams' dictionary, I think, is dated 1891. But it's barely been superseded. I don't think there's any, I mean, now we're adding a lot more, and especially because of modern language, and the need for new words, and the Sanskrit dictionaries are expanding further. But in terms of a historical dictionary, it's really very, very good. And so you can trace, and I mean, obviously what you'd have to do if you really were going to do the research, you'd have to go back and you'd have to look at the original sources and see exactly how it's being used to see whether any subtleties have been missed and so on.
Can you please spend maybe 1 or 2 minutes more to translate once again what Vinod Varini, because she's so quick and smooth, so it's very difficult to follow.
Where?
The last paragraph, the last sentence is clear, but the last paragraph, which is several lines, from etadrishaha.
Etadrishtavataha?
Etadrishaha. From here, from the speech, how to say?
This one here.
No. This original.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Sorry. So etadrisha. So tadrisha, etadrisha. So you go and you have to look. This is this means like. Tadrisha means like that, and etadrisha would mean like this. So pakshinaha is plural. Pakshin. So pakshi is a bird. I've told you this word we saw before. Paksha means a side or a wing. So you have 2 wings. So a bird has wings. So therefore it's called a pakshi. And so pakshinaha is plural. So such kinds of birds are also engaged in doing the dharma acharanam. So this is a very common word here, dharma acharanam, to behave in a dharmic way, to behave. So they are doing dharmic behavior. Yeah?
Yes, good.
So now then, aham tu anyesham praninam. So here there were all three Shashti Vibhaktis, but they're two different things, right? Anyesham praninam, aham tu anyesham praninam, aham tu jivami. So you got to go all the way to the end of the sentence. I am living by irreligion. How? By doing the taking away of the lives of other living beings. Right? So the prana is anyesham praninam pranaha. So anyesham praninam pranaha is the lives of the other living beings. Okay? And
yes.
that is improper.
Mm-hmm.
Got it all?
Yes, the last, which is et and the rest.
So then et, so it's thinking like this. The hunter also, entering the fire, gave up his life, or he did the giving up of his life, or he did the offering up of his life, gave up his life.
Arpanam, prana
arpanam,
arpanam.
like samarpanam, atma samarpanam, samarpanam.
Yes, yes, yes.
So you do have atmarpanam. Atmarpanam, atmarpanam would probably fit here as well.
I know Krishnarpanam, so I guess.
Yes, Krishnarpanamastu, right? You say Krishnarpanamastu.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Now everything is clear.
Okay, great. Well, we have to stop there. Jai Jai Sri Radhe. Sarve bhavantu sukhinah. Sarve santu niramayah. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kaschid dukkha bhag bhavet. Purnam madah purnam idam purnat purnam udachyate. Purnasya purnamadaya purnam eva vashishyate. Sarvesham swastir bhavatu. Sarvesham shantir bhavatu. Sarvesham purnam bhavatu. Sarvesham mangalam bhavatu. Om Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Hari Om Tat Sat, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Jai Jai Sri Radhe, Shyam Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol.